What up, guys? Kevin here with a rare manga review. Came across this manga, Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, a few days ago, and I love it. I love it. I thought this would take me a couple weeks. It took me a few days to read. Um, I try to take my time with mangas because they are so easily digestible, but this one is very digestible. I kind of bought it on accident. I was in the manga section. I already had was getting the volume 4 of Spice and Wolf, which I'm currently enjoying. But this like older lady was in the section. I just hear her on the phone. Just One Piece, One Piece, One Piece, One Piece. I kept hearing her say One Piece, and I was like, oh, she's looking for One Piece. She was in the S's alphabet of the manga, and I just wanted to be like, it's over here. So I was just waiting for her to get off the phone so I could just point her like, hey, just go 5 feet that way. So they have like a counter of like the featured manga that they're trying to sell, and this was one of them. I'm like, I just picked it up randomly, just to like, all right, I'll just look at this for the next minute or so till she gets off the phone, so I can point her towards uh, the One Piece, which I did, and she was very appreciative of it. But yeah, I just did one of these moves, and I'm like, huh, I kind of like the artwork here. I like the cover. Smoking is really cool, guys. I find smoking to be super effing cool. Something that I do not do. And if I ever had kids and they did it, I will kill them. But yeah, I'm like, you know what? I like me a good, lighthearted, um, what do you call it? A slice of life type, whether it be anime or manga. That is my jam. I don't need fighting. I don't need superpowers. I like stuff that it's like that I can relate to, that I can connect with my real life. And this one I easily did. This is by Janushi, I think published by Square Enix. That's interesting. Um, Looks really good, you know? It's one of those like very rare. The cover sold me. The cover sold me. Judge a book by its cover. And I'm glad I did. I really enjoyed this. So it's about this man here, Sasaki, who is a 45-year-old salaryman. I think that's what they call it here. An overworked salaryman and a mischievous cashier from an unexpected bond when they light up together. But yeah, he hates his job. He works an office job like I do. I don't hate my job, but I can relate, especially after a long day. And his release is going to the grocery store. And, well, in the beginning, actually throughout, is just buying stuff and interacting with Miss Yamada here. Like, that is his escape, which is kind of sad and pathetic. But his escape is going to this grocery store where he gets to interact with this hot girl to the point where even if there's other lines that are open, he will wait in her line. But then eventually, a little bit in, this girl here, Miss Tayama, calls him out back because he's there all the time, like, hey, come smoke with me. And her identity is, I'll just keep it spoiler free for now. If you pick it up and read it, I mean, you're going to know right away. But yeah, that's the book. It's just him. It usually starts off with him in the office having a really, really bad day, and then his release is going to the supermarket, seeing Miss Yamada, and then having a smoke with Miss Tayama here. So, really enjoy the work. The way it's broken down is smoke breaks. Let's see if we can find it here. Like the chapters are like, I'll say here, after smoke 1, so that's like chapter 1. And yeah, nice short little, just fun interactions. He is the trope of, he is older, so I wouldn't say he's awkward, but he's still that guy that, just weird around women. And she's 24. She's 24, and the person that he's smoking with is also 24. So there's that, like, it's just bringing life into him. Again, she's young and mischievous and fun. And he's just like, kind of uses her as like a therapist, talks about his day, and there's a lot of cute stuff like him getting a cell phone or a smartphone and her teaching him how to use it. A lot of stuff like that. And there's a scene where he sees her arms and he gets all, oh yeah, he gets turned on by her arms. I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. It just sounds goofy and silly, but it kind of is. Like, I roll my eyes a lot when I was reading this, to be honest. I was really rolling my eyes, but I was still having a really good time. Like, oh, that's silly, It's just a lot of little cute stuff. And smoking is super cool. I think we can all relate to, even if we don't smoke, just, hey, this woman's into this thing. I'm going to go be into this thing with her. And just chat it up. And yeah, towards the end, it goes from a stranger just inviting him out back. Oh, this is her boss. And she's kind of a third wheel, I would say, by the end of the manga. So I like to see her character get developed. I think there's like 4 volumes out right now. I think the 5th one's coming out next year. But yeah. So like her and Miss Yamada, they kind of go back and forth, and she's a cool boss. Just, she's like kind of vicariously living through them. And then her and Miss Tayama. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it besides it's just a good slice of life manga that I really, really enjoyed. So easy to read. The artwork's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I don't know. I feel like every artwork in manga is pretty damn good. But this one just, I connect with. It's not like the best looking dude, and it's not like the best looking girl. There's nothing really sexual in this. Like, this is pretty much, there's like towards the end, you see her belly. See her belly. That's about as sexual as it gets. And there's a lot of teasing. She teases him a lot, and she has fun with it. But yeah, definitely creepy as well. You're 45 and she's 24. I would probably, I find that a little bit creepy. It's legal though. It's actually very legal by 6 years? But still. But she enjoys the attention. She enjoys the attention, and he enjoys just having someone to talk to and pretty to look at. But yeah, there you have it. Yeah, like this is as sexual as it gets right here. Yeah, she took off her jacket to give it to him because I think it was getting cold. Yeah, and then at the end, like, he got sick and he thought he had to give up smoking, and then she was freaking out, and that was a funny scene. And then at the end here, it ends like with a flashback, which I had to read a couple times, but yeah, pretty interesting. Interesting stuff. Holy crap, this is going on almost 10 minutes, but yeah, that is Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. If you want a nice little cute, easy to read slice of life manga that you'll breeze through probably in a day, probably within a couple hours. Me, I try to read these slowly, but yeah, highly recommend. One of my favorite I read this year. So cool. There you have it. It's my manga review. Can't wait to buy volume 2. I'll be going to Barnes & Noble this weekend for that, but I gotta go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Later.